Welcome to Financially Speaking, where we go from overwhelmed to in control, one episode at a time. Today, let's talk about why most budgets fail. It's pretty simple. I feel like everyone has a general idea of why budgets fail, but it's just like dieting. They're just hard. And it's not necessarily a budgeting problem. It's more of like a method problem. And that's really what it was for us as well. Because budgeting at its core and how people teach it is really unrealistic and really restrictive. And when you're in that, it's really difficult to see past it. I'm going to relate it more to dieting because I think that's a good parallel analogy that makes it more relatable for a lot of people because people see it as so different. And it's really not because, you get you're super motivated 3-4 days into a diet, and then, you're just, I'm going to have a cheat day. And then that cheat day turns into a cheat couple of days and then a cheat week. And it's the same thing with budgeting. You go into it and it's so unrealistic and so restrictive that you can't kind of move forward with it. So you get a couple of days in and then you're like, I just can't do this anymore. I can't never go out to eat again. I can't never have this again. I can't never have fun. And it's not that. It's not stopped. Like, those things are not stopped, and they're not stopped forever. They're just paused. Same thing with dieting and trying to lose weight. It's not that the sweets and the snacks and the candy's not stopped forever. It's just paused for right now until you can reach your goal. And that's why they're hard. And that's why budgets fail, is people just don't stick to them. So I've got some step-by-steps on how to improve that and how to increase your chances of succeeding. Because, you have to succeed at budgeting to get financial freedom. And why else would you be listening to this if you weren't interested in financial freedom? So I'm just going to go ahead and assume that that's your goal, is financial freedom. All right. So most people quit budgets. I don't know if I said that before. I don't know if you gather that from what I was saying. A lot of people fail. I failed at budgets before. I failed at dieting, clearly. People fail budgets. It's not uncommon. Don't feel bad about it. It is what it is. But people fail budgets, and they fail because, and I touched on this earlier, is that they're too rigid. There's no flexibility. So you got to have some type of give and take in them to where you can, you want to go and you want to budget, you want to pre-spend your money, but also throughout the month, it's kind of flowy. Like, we actually need this, or we really need this. Okay, well, we can take from this category. So as long as you're not overspending and going to debt in the budget, it doesn't really matter where the money goes. As long as you're paying down debt and you're not going into more debt while you're, in that budgeting phase and going throughout your weeks and your months. So you really need to define your priorities before designing all your categories. So obviously a priority is groceries. And obviously maybe something, I don't know, what's not a priority. I'm looking right here. I've got a set of Lego over here. Lego's not a priority. It's just not. In basically no circumstance is Lego a priority over groceries or gas for your car and things like that. So, but if you're like, hey, I really love my Lego and that's like my fun budget. Okay, well, like maybe you can take from a different category. And that's like the hill that that you want to die on. I need my Lego. Okay, we'll add that into the budget. And if you don't add enough into the budget, then you'll just have to take from a different category. So then for next month, hey, this is more of a priority to me than I thought. And then the next tip is just pick a simple method. There's the 50-30-20, which honestly, personally, I don't love. You might like it. It might have worked for you in the past. It might work for you in the future. I just don't love it. We never did it. When I say we, I mean my wife and I, we never did it. Don't love it. That's just my 2 cents on it. There's zero-based. There's tons of options. Just pick one. Just like literally just find one that you think, might work for you, or just Google budgeting topics or not budgeting topics, but types of ways to budget. Just read the description. And if it sounds like it might work for you, give it a shot. Any budget's better than no budget. Definitely. So next tip would be leave some room for fun. We were really restrictive with ours fun money and our fun, because that was like, we were at like a goal for that we were really, really driving to. And that was really the priority, kind of digging ourselves out of a hole. So we did $5 worth of fun money. We're also really, really low income earners when we first started this journey. So that also played a factor into it. And then eventually we were able to bump it up to $15 in fun money. And but then again, that was before COVID. Now everything's really, really expensive. but prioritize fun. No, excuse me, don't prioritize fun. Budget for fun. As fun is important because that's what allows you to, I'm going to have to give this up now. And this is going to kind of not be that fun for right now. Oh, but on Saturday, I can go go-karting. I'm going to say that now because I go go-karting on Saturdays some days. So I'm going to have to sacrifice now. Oh, I can't go out to McDonald's. No, I can't go to Taco Bell. That's not in the budget. But I can go go-karting on Saturday. So if you're prioritizing the fun that you want to do from just like a temporary, like, oh, that would be, little spending. Oh, I would really like a Coke from the vending machine or whatever. Okay, well, don't get that now because you've already spent that money on different fun later. So make sure you're leaving room for fun. And then another one would be review and adjust monthly. It's not a one size fits all. Hey, this is what we're going to do every single month. Because next month you might spend more on groceries or less on groceries. Or you actually need clothes next month and you didn't need clothes last month. So every single month or every single 2 weeks or however you're budgeting is to make sure that you're going through and continuing to update it. Because you got to update it. Just it is what it is. It's not like your car brakes where you're like, oh, every couple of years when they start to squeak, I'm going to change them or take them to a mechanic or whatever. No, you actually have to keep up on this. And I think that this is a really important mindset shift when thinking about budgeting and why they fail, because they feel restrictive. Like we've said, we've already talked about this. They feel restrictive. They feel like you can't do things. But you need to shift your mind on how you're thinking about that, because you're going through and you're putting your priorities on a spreadsheet or on a piece of paper or in an app and are deciding, this is what I want to spend my money on. You are telling your money where to go. So budgeting actually gives you permission to spend and not that feeling of punishment for spending. That's that mindset change shift that you need to have when budgeting. Because when you're in that mentality of like, oh, I can't have this, I can't have that, I can't do that. It's tough when it's coming from all angles. But when you can do that shift and go, oh, I sat down, I took the time to prioritize this category and this category and this category. I get to spend on these. I've already spent this money. So I know that I can spend this amount on this category and this amount on this category. And these are my priorities for myself and my family and my needs. And that gives you freedom. Hey, this money's already been spent. I can spend all this money in every single one of these categories, and I'm not going to go into more debt this month. And that's freedom. Like, that's actual freedom, not the freedom of, oh, I'm going to spend this here, and I'm going to spend this here, and I'm not going to budget, and I'm just going to continue to go into debt, yada, yada, yada. That's not freedom. I don't know what that is, but that's not freedom. Freedom is being able to spend money without going into debt. That is freedom. So that was why budgets fail. Hopefully you enjoyed the shorter episode and the more just real talk behind it. So if you tune in next week, we're going to be talking about how to stop living paycheck to paycheck. I think it's going to be a good one. It's going to be a fun one. Catch you later.